What's up, everybody? It's your good friend Justus West back yet again to talk about an awesome plugin that just crossed my desk. This one is very inspiring. I've already made what I feel to be some super fire stuff with this plugin. And the plugin is called The Prince. Cradle partnered with Frank Dukes, super legendary producer. He's worked with The Weeknd, Post Malone, Drake, just to name a few. Dude's sound design game is on like 1 trillion. I enjoy his work so much because his sounds are so dope. And it seems he's partnered with Cradle Audio to put it in a very user-friendly plugin that sounds incredible. So let's jump right in. Let's take a look at our plugin UI, our user interface. I will say that this plugin has one of the most simple setups that I've ever seen. You might be asking yourself, do I need another plugin, or do I have a plugin that already does this? And I can tell you, even if you have something that makes these sounds, quote unquote, none of those plugins are really as easy to use, I found, as the Prince, man. Like, this thing is just like super straightforward. So we're just gonna dive right into it. You've got your presets up here that are already categorized into categories. When you have user presets that you save, they'll be here in the user tab. And when you have favorites of presets that they've made, or even favorites of your own, you'll see it has this heart here. You can click and unclick that, and that is added to your favorites, and you can just uncheck them, recheck them, however you want to organize them. From there, you have 2 presets. So you have a left and right side with a blend knob, which is pretty useful for being able to use one side or the other, layer A or B, or change the balance of those 2 patches. Of course, you have your LFO, which, of course, if you're familiar with synths, then you'll be familiar with what all these terms mean. You have your glide, your filter ADSR, your filter amount. Over here you have your amp with your ADSR, and then you have velocity, which is actually pretty cool as well. When building your own patches, is that we have these link buttons right here. And basically what this is saying is, you see by every parameter, there's yellow and blue. And this is basically saying blue is for layer A, yellow is for layer B. So when I change my cutoff and I turn the link off, it'll only do cutoff for blue. So like, oh, let me change the blend. So you'll see right there, I'm only editing this side. Same goes for all the other parameters. Let me turn these to there. Which already, that's like such a cool patch. So let's just go ahead and start our patch building with that. And then maybe below that, I want something that's a little bit warmer, like a warmer pad or something that goes below it. So I'll actually just use this. We'll go analog, and we'll go sustained, and we'll go dark, and we'll see what it. Cool, so I like that a lot. So we'll just close that. Now we're going to go to select our yellow side, and I just want to turn the release down. I personally like sounds that just attack and don't have a whole bunch of release. We'll turn the cutoff. And we'll also turn up the glide on this one. And then we're going to turn it down 12 semitones so that the octaves of each sound are offset. Down here we have vinyl noise. So we'll add some of this in, and we'll put the blend back at 50. So already you can see how easy it was to make that really dope patch. It was almost too simple. We'll turn the noise down some. We'll turn the distortion down some, and we'll also do the chorus. A cool thing, if you hit these plus buttons, you open up another set of parameters for each effect, which is also pretty useful. So right there is a beautiful sounding patch. We'll go back to the blue and turn down that release as well. Maybe we'll put some attack on the filter, so I'll link them back together so that I can turn that up. And you already have a really dope patch. So as you can see, we're in a session right now. I want to go ahead and show you this beat that I made using the prints, and then maybe we'll throw in the sound that I just made and see how it all goes together. So I started off with this cool lead sound, and I added some distortion and reverb, and then of course some EQ. Here's what that sounds like. So really, really, really dope lead patch. And I'll play it in context. So there you go. Definitely a beat that I could hear like Travis Scott on or somebody like that. I want to zero in on this patch, which is really cool as well. So I'm just using that layer B side. It's a really dope kind of Rhodes piano, kind of vintage sounding, analog sounding thing. Really love that patch a lot. So how would we approach even adding the pad that I just made in here? So first we're just gonna go and I'm going to transpose myself. So we'll just go in here. So I'm gonna do, sorry, I was just messing around there. You gotta get in the zone to figure it out. I'm just gonna put that chord on the first one that just basically creates some width on that first chord, but I'm gonna turn it down so that it's something that you more perceive in the background than you do as the in front instrument per se. So let's just go ahead and add that. And since it's going to do the same thing every time, we can just copy and paste it. And yeah, there you have it. This is one beat that I really loved using it in, like making that lead intro sound, this one right here. And I also just want you to see how well it plays with other patches. You see I've got like some Boy Wonder stuff from Splice. I'm using Dark Star, Massive. It just goes well with other plugins, but it also sticks out and cuts through. I'll say the patches that I found and the prints are more artistic. They're more expressive in the way that you don't need to stack a lot of patches with them. Usually just like one patch will get the job done because it frequency wise has everything I feel that you would need for it to play its position in your tracks and in your creations. So yeah, like I could not recommend this plugin enough. Amazing, beautiful user interface, simple to use, easy to build patches. When you build a patch you like, you can just click here. I'll call this West Patch. You know, there's no crazy things to click through. There's no, user interface below what you see here. It's just like what you see is what you get, and what you hear is amazing. So go and get that plug in, go and get the Prince Cradle. Shout out to Frank Dukes. It's awesome stuff. Couldn't recommend it more. So yeah, Justice West signing off.